Good evening, folks. We are back, and today there's no Eden, so the overlay does not work. We will fix it hopefully for next week, but hopefully the echo is done this week because I am wearing headphones. So, without doubt, who are you? What are you? And what's your thoughts on black cats? Starting with Rowan. I think you're muted.
Am I?
No, they are. There you now.
They are. Oh, hi. Hi, I'm Rowan. I am from Penance, the 2115, and the, original series, like, yonks back. I am playing Juniper, who is... And she's fallen off the bed. A black cat. No guesses on whether or not I like black cats. I think they're good luck.
All right.
Certainly cheers me up.
Good. Then we have Amy.
Hello, I'm Amy. I'm also from Penance, and you know me from Curse, Plummet, 2115, and some of our random one-shots. I'm playing Ruth Yusuf, who is a Dalish elf and a healer. And my opinion on black cats is that black cats are cute, and they are from the Void, and they are all called Void in their own regard, because usually black cats are possessed and hilarious and just joy to be around. So yeah.
Book group, fantastic voids, and where else do they expand?
Exactly.
Black animals.
Exactly.
And you have been on there a few times, haven't you? That teeth picture.
Next we have Tom.
Hi. I'm playing Grem. He is some kind of mercenary soldier meat man made of meat and ham and oatmeal, I think, judging by last time. He's cool with cats. He thinks, they're alright. They don't really have much to do with fighting or battles, so it's just like, whatever, Oh, it's a civilian thing, black cats, as far as he's aware.
Right. Next we have Bach.
I am playing Tristan, and he is an Arlesian Grey Warden, who is a rogue ranger, and loves all cats.
Alright. And finally we have Shiraz.
Hello, I am playing Vincenzo Cabage, and Vincenzo is an author stuck in a strange predicament with these people, but he's making the best of it. And I like the fact that I think black cats know that they meld into the darkness, so they prefer dark rooms and like jumping out at you when you're least expecting it. And I respect that greatly because it gets a rise out of people.
Alright. So, what happened last week?
We cooked an alligator.
Yeah, that's basically the gist of it.
The town doesn't have a well anymore, but they have their lives, so I feel it's a fair trade.
We got sent to investigate the well because people were getting sick, and after a brief mosey around down in the well, we discovered that there was a creature, and we all decided that instead of facing the creature head on, we would boil the water in the well and boil the creature alive.
I mean, if anything, we've sanitized all the stores.
Yeah, we've sanitized the well, though it's a bit broke. And all the villagers were freaked out.
Considering we are 3 mages / rogue / 1 fighter and a bard, I think that was the best move.
We're a very magic heavy party.
That's one way of putting it, yeah.
With 2 of us being healers.
Healers always fighting for the bathroom, yeah.
Healers always fighting for the bathroom, yeah.
I love the stinger of that episode. Just like every time it's just a race for the bathroom.
Yeah, Ruth managed to stun Wraith on the way near the end, and and use all the last of the hot water to get himself clean because the well was minging. So he's the only clean one among them at the moment, I think.
I think some of the others might be clean, but they've used cold water, so they're not as happy.
No.
Alright.
But
Do
then
you
we
remember?
could have boiled the water for them.
Yeah. Do you remember what happened with the canary last week?
He got put in front of the mayor's office to be a
Yep.
general.
Yes.
He was sat in front of the mayor's office, and then Wraith threatened him at one point, where he just went, basically just sandbagged in Wraith's arms, and Wraith, oh, forget it. So yeah, I just wanted to.
I still think we should get him like a prosthetic somehow.
That would involve like taking his knee off, taking his lower leg off, though.
I don't think he'd notice.
Well, I don't know. I think he would notice his leg miss.
I have some death root in my bag. I could fashion a rudimentary
Poison?
anesthesia, like just to numb it out.
Oh, okay. I'm pretty sure Elfroot could probably do that as well. Just knock him out a little bit.
On that note, we have no Eden this week because he something has come up at the last minute, so he's not here. Also, if anyone could tell me if they can hear my fan, and if it is too loud, I will turn it down or turn it to a different angle or anything. But it is far too warm for me today, and I've had to have heating on for the cats. So yeah. So that all out of the way, let us begin. So Wraith is currently occupied with the autopsy of the body you found down the well. So while he is off doing that, which he is left to do that earlier in the morning, and as you're doing that, you're all sort of doing your usual thing in the inn, and as you're you all suddenly feel this sense that someone's there, and next to Ruth, oh sorry, a cat standing on me. Next to Ruth suddenly is a small 12-year-old child that goes, "Hello there."
It's just gonna. Ruth's gonna be sitting there reading a book and just like look over and be like, "Hello?
"Hi,
Where are your parents?"
my father doesn't talk to me anymore."
I'm going to whisper, stage whisper, to Vincenzo Cabage. That's the creepy child from earlier.
Ruth's just still staring at him, just being like, "And what do you want from me?"
He sort of tilts his head, and you notice some of the cuts from the where he's had his head shaved at some point, and he goes,
Oof.
"Do you not remember me, friend?"
I don't believe we've met. And are you all right? He's like looking at the cuts on his head and be like, "Have they been cleaned?"
He just sort of looks at you very quizzically, like, "Has what been cleaned?"
The wounds on your head.
He just looks at you like he's not sure what you're talking about.
Sit down. And he's gonna put the book down, and then, "Do you mind if I check your head?"
Okay, the wolf sits down. The child sits down and looks at you and goes, "The werewolves told me you were coming."
How did they know we were coming? I
what
peek
he
over
said.
the top bunk. It's not good.
"They said they would come from Tevinter, and they would take me away.
I am not from Tevinter, and
But you are
nor
wearing
will I ever
robes.
go there.
You're wearing robes."
But that does not mean that I'm from Tevinter. I'm a mage, yes, but I'm not from Tevinter. My kind are used as slave labor in Tevinter. It's not a place I would like to visit.
Are you doing this? Why are you putting antiseptic on his head?
I'm like looking at he's like looking at the cuts on his head, like.
Got a suture needle. Graham doesn't know the word suture needle.
Yeah,
God
but
damn it.
he probably has a word for it, like the wound closer or something.
No, they just wait naturally. Slap some leaves on it. Just wait. It'll be fine in the end. That's why I've got so many scars all over me, because I'm just like, yeah, just whatever.
I can take care of those cuts on your head if you like.
You start looking at the cuts. They look, as I said before, our previous episode, they do look like someone has hastily shaved his head and left lots of large, like edge of the razor slashes all over his head. He doesn't, even though you
Poor
treat them and
boy.
stuff, he doesn't seem to be reacting to them at all.
Ruth's just gonna be like, this is a little bit creepy, but
Well, he needs to get rid of that extra hair, so I will start with our meager water supply, lathering up some, plant soap, and just gonna give him a full shave.
Alright.
Get all the other hair off, make him feel welcome.
The werewolf told me that the hair is where the magic is kept.
They lie.
no, that's no. No. You're either born with magic or not. And
Be
and-
really
and-
magical.
Yes, and depending on your training and what kind of school of magic you specialize in, it develops naturally. It's not something you can acquire. You have to be born with it.
So you're saying
Can
I
I s-
don't need to cut off the hair to stop the magic? At this point,
Unless
you
you have
notice he
magical
seems to be
hair.
very interested in your hair.
No, no, that's not where my magic comes from. I'm afraid my hair is just gonna get a little bit. Don't touch me. Don't come
Stay
near my
away
hair.
from me, creepy child. Do I have to roll anything to shave his head?
Nope, you just
I'm taking my time to do it, so like I'm making sure that I'm getting all the hair off. So
you just
he
take your
just
time.
looks like a bald.
It just seems to
boy.
be staring.
Carefully avoiding the loose flaps of skin, no doubt.
He's just staring intently at Ruth's hair.
I'm just gonna pull up his hood and just like cover his head, just like sink into his hood. I have things to do, and he's gonna shuffle off to like further away down the table and like take his book and just be like, nope, I'm not involving myself.
Have you finished shaving his head yet?
Yes.
Okay, I gotta go up to him and say, go on. I've forgotten how Graham speaks. Oh well. Go on, child. Go play with a stick. Go on, shoot.
A stick, you say? That sounds very intriguing. Just slowly turns and walks very slowly out the door.
As soon as he gets out the door, I close it and I lock it. How did he get in here?
Good idea.
Jennifer's gonna
Okay,
peek out
weird.
from under like Cabbage's bed. She's gonna be like, "Is he gone?"
Yeah.
I don't know for how long. You don't like children, Juniper?
No.
Is that because they pull your tail?
Yes.
That kid,
It's awfully rude.
that kid is extra
Thank you.
creepy. Is he the mayor's kid? Is that where he
Yeah.
lives?
Yeah.
Ah,
Supposedly.
I don't think he lives. I don't think he really lives there though. I think he's like.
He'd be
His
kicked out.
dad doesn't speak to him.
He sounds
kicked
so
out, yeah.
different than the mayor, and I'm also very curious. Was he sold to the werewolf?
I don't know if he was sold, but he was definitely
Given
like,
away, perhaps.
given away, and then they came
couldn't-
back and
he
just like,
couldn't
no,
sell
we
him."
don't want him.
There's no way you could sell a kid like that.
Okay. I know we asked this before, and this is a player question, but like, is there a way to turn a? You said it was a curse that turned people into werewolves, right? So they couldn't
Yes.
actually like do the traditional lycanthrope thing where they bite them and they
No.
turn into.
No.
Well,
only
I
the group. The group originally were a group of humans, and their descendants through time
Mm.
were werewolves. As and it was only one tribe, but it doesn't mean that the curse could be like done elsewhere, kind of thing.
Keep an eye on this kid. You don't want him sneaking into the room ever again. That was traumatizing.
Like Ruth's like sitting there with his book, going, "This kid is either possessed, or is just really fucking creepy, and I don't want to."
It could just be a creepy kid. Kids are
Could be a
weird.
The obsession about the magic was really strange.
Really?
Yeah.
You were. Graham is gonna be. I'm not sure. Actually, were you speaking as Cabbage there?
I
or
was
as
speaking
yourself?
of Kavaj. Yeah.
Graham's gonna turn to you and say, "But there's the hat and the rabbit and the strings out of pockets. Kids love that stuff."
Yeah.
That is a magician. That is not a mage.
That's a trickster. Those are tricks.
It sounds like the same thing.
Charlatans. Charlatans.
Is that their name?
No, that's what they are.
Oh,
Charlatans.
I thought they were mages.
Charlottins.
Charlotte in.
Okay. I'm gonna keep an eye on this kid. Just I'm gonna take a walk in the village and keep an eye on this kid, see what he's up to. So
I'm gonna look. Is
But
it
you're gonna
morning?
follow him.
Or is it?
It's
Yes, it's
yeah,
morning.
it's coming into sort of midday time.
Oh,
yeah, so I'm
gonna
just
find
gonna
something to eat.
Yeah, I'm just gonna follow him around the village, but keep out of sight. If that means I have to be
Okay.
stealthy, so be it.
You-
If anyone else wants to come along and make sure that I don't die, that'd be good.
You're
I-
already in your shadow behind you.
You just didn't even notice.
Anyone apart from Johnny.
I'm not keen on figuring out what this child's issue might be, but I suppose I should keep an eye on our companions at least. Cabbage, we don't want you being, unfortunately, like
Cursed or
cursed
whatever by this weirdo.
Well, not
or
the first
tempted
time
by a
I've seen
demon.
That
Tempted
has
by a
never
demon.
happened, and I don't want that to happen.
You've never been tempted by a demon?
No, I've
Never met
had
one.
some- Yeah, that's true. Big man makes a good point. I am going to try and just basically sneak her out of sight, just trying to keep an eye on this kid, see if he does anything even weirder than what he did. Like,
Okay.
I'm gonna find me some food and just sort of be out and about in the village, maybe in the hall, maybe actually no, in like the square or whatever, and just sort of eat some oatmeal and milk, and just wait, I guess, for something else to happen.
I'm very obviously hiding behind the thinnest tree.
Like the budgie that's
So
hopping behind
you
the
walk,
stick.
as you walk back outside to the village. The village is still recovering from the earthquake, effectively from the creature beneath the well, where at least a third of the village have abandoned the village and left, either carrying their possessions or running away with carts and stuff. The village is a lot quieter than you remember. And as you follow this kid around, eventually you come to the mayor's office, and as you get close you hear a, "Oh, it's you." And you look
hey.
down at the very grumpy looking canary, who again is trying to look very sort of forlorn. What do I do?
I'm gonna ask Legs how he's feeling. Has he seen the creepy kid?
Why do you follow this child?
He's creepy. There's something about him that's weird.
Weird. How?
He showed up in our room unannounced. We didn't even notice when he came in. Then started getting really creepy about magic and wanted Ruth's hair for some reason.
That's because you lack the skill of a warrior to detect these things.
That's true. I am not a warrior. Do you know something about this?
He just looks at you like he looks like he was going to answer something and then just goes, no.
That's it's very you looked at as though you were about to say something.
No.
What will it get you to tell us what you were gonna tell us? Do you need something? Do you need like shelter over your head or
You
something
look at him,
better
he
than
does look
common?
like he's been sitting out even when it's raining. And he just looks at you just like, and then just look around again just like, nothing matters.
Oh. What do you think of the kid? Did you see him come in and out?
He is a child.
A rather odd child. No? I've never heard a child that age talk like that.
He just looks at you and says, in the cone, every child from birth is like that.
Have you seen anything else odd since you've been sitting here?
He just sort of looks again, sort of like he's trying to think for a second, and then just looks at you and goes, yes.
Would you like to elaborate?
No.
I'm gonna go find some
thought that
cameras
would be
and make this guy a tent. I'm gonna make him like the weird, like little shack tent. Probably ask Grem to do the heavy lifting.
Are you building a
still in
small
my
shack
forge,
around
mate.
him?
Yeah. That's what I'm like, planning it out with you. Just trying
Oh,
to figure
okay.
out how to.
I mean, just wood, right? Wood and
Yeah.
some fabric, maybe some
fabric.
nails.
Yeah, maybe a little fire in front of him so he's warm.
I mean, I don't know much about building, but I understand the concept of a building, as it
Mhm.
were.
You pitched a tent, right? You know what it's like.
No,
I know how to pitch a tent.
I've never been.
Fine.
Okay. Is the kid just like, what did the kid do while we were looking at him?
Yeah.
Did he just like wander around and bother people?
The kid went into the mayor's sort of building, and as you're off planning your building the shack around this canary, you see him come back out again, carrying a small what looks like bundle of things in his arm.
Like give him the old up dog.
Ruth just wants to kind of like ignore him, but at the same time he's kind of curious why he's got all this stuff in his hands. Like nudges Kabaj, you ask him.
Hey there, buddy. What you got in your hand?
Let's see. Does he stop when you address him?
Should probably have asked for his name.
He looks at you quite intently, stares you up and down, then you notice him look at your hair and goes, are you a magic man?
In a way, yes. This is freaking me out.
I don't like that he's fascinated with our hair. I really don't.
Things. Of all things.
Like,
Does he do anything apart from just stare at my hair?
No, he just stares at your hair and goes, what kind of magic do you like?
I can make some friends, and then I summon dog. I have to roll for summon
Yeah,
dog.
just
we have
roll
see
to summon
comes-
Bruno, yes.
God, Bruno.
So we decided if it's a 10 and below, it's Bruno.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's just some other dog on thing.
Some other dog.
Yeah, it's
You
Bruno.
you
He's
summon
upset.
Bruno. Let's see, how
the
does
poor
Bruno
angry
react?
dog.
Bruno immediately charges forward to try and savage the child.
Oh no!
No, Bruno, no. Run, child.
What are you doing?
The child with a natural 20 just grabs this charging Pomeranian and just holds it about an inch from its face as it's biting and snarling, and the child just looks at it and goes, "A hairy dog, made of magic."
Yeah.
Oh.
He's my friend, so don't do anything bad to him. He's just a little bit angry about last time.
So,
A little bit.
you can make friends with magic.
Yeah.
I see.
What's in the bundle?
You notice him completely unfazed by the snarling dog that he's holding in his face, like in his arm, like this far away from his face, and he's like, things. And he just gently just turns Bruno around. Bruno doesn't know what to do because he can't see what he's supposed to be biting at now. And he goes, "Tell me, do you have to shave this dog?"
He'd be very upset if I did.
Is that
Be very
because he
upset
is
if you
made of
didn't.
magic?
No, that's because he's a dog and he doesn't like being shaved. I feel like I have committed something to make Bruno even angrier. It's like,
Can Juniper peek at Bruno from like around Cabbage's cloak?
yeah, sure.
Something?
Yeah.
Yeah. I might hiss. See if that helps.
Right. Bruno is sort of staring at Vincenzo and all the rest of you, kind of like he wants to look behind him, but he can't seem to turn his head far enough to see what's behind him.
Yeah, well, I'm definitely going to like, can I just make Bruno disappear?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna make Bruno disappear.
Okay.
And then he just goes poof. There's like a big like poof of smoke, and then he's gone.
Okay. So you sort of make Bruno disappear, and the child immediately goes, "And with that he went. Did you not have enough magic to sustain him?"
He only comes out for like purposes. Like I thought you'd like to see him, so I popped him out. But he has a home somewhere.
Thank you. I will remember this. And he begins to start walking the other direction.
This child is terrifying. I don't like it. I don't like it.
But we are gonna follow him, right?
Ruth's just like hands in his pockets. After you. I'm not going first.
I'm very curious about what this child has got in that bundle. We leave a half-built shelter around the canary. It's like
We'll come back to you.
Can I
Welcome.
sense anything odd about the child using my cat senses? Does
The
he
child
smell
smells
bad?
very strongly of dog. That's all you can really get from it.
Don't
Well,
like
he's been with werewolves as well, so he's got that. He'll probably have that wolf smell, unless he's. Well, he can't have bathed because if he's on the hot more. But he's really fascinated with magic and that. In here. I don't know what that's about.
I love the fact that you're ad-libbing this and we're all like terrified what it means. It's like
Told you.
yeah, I am gonna follow him at a safe distance. Not enough to make him notice that he's being followed, but enough to like kind of just keep him in sight.
Okay. So you follow him. Let's see, what does he do? Okay. After you follow him down like 3 or 4 buildings, it looks like he seems obsessed by one of the sort of houses that is lying open. It looks like the people have abandoned it. And you notice them walk inside. You want to follow him? Do you want to stay outside? What do you want to do?
Ruth's gonna go around the back of the building.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell Juniper to like kind of sneaky this guy. Like keep an eye on him, and I will follow him, but like again, like, is there a way to look inside the house, or has he closed the door or something?
He's not closed the door, he's just walked in. The door was lying
Okay.
open, so he just walked in.
I'm just gonna position
Void
myself in
melt.
front of the door.
Void melt into the shadows.
Mm. Okay. So.
Is there a back door?
Yeah, sure. There's a back door.
Ruth's gonna
You
like.
want to try it? You want to open it? What do you want to do?
Yeah, Ruth's gonna like try it, and if it makes a noise, he's gonna stop.
Okay.
I have picking and stealth.
Mm.
Do you want me to roll?
Let me just roll to see if it was locked. It's not locked.
Okay.
You
Does
open.
it make a sound?
It makes a slight creaking, but it's not that noticeable.
Okay. I'll continue opening the door, just so that it's open, and then I'm just gonna stand in the doorway and just poke my head in.
Okay.
And that's as far as Ruth's gonna go for now.
Juniper is watching the child climb the stairs to the upstairs area. Everything in this house looks like things have been like hurriedly packed and they've left quickly. So there's lots of like possessions just lying around, just discarded.
Are there any apples?
Yeah, sure. There's a small bowl of apples.
Ruth's gonna pocket all the apples and scatter them about his many layers. This will be useful for later.
All right.
Pick up the stairs.
I will walk in. I will walk to the door of the house, but not go in. Just like kind of peering out for things.
Okay. Right. You
Hey.
Juniper, is Juniper following up the stairs?
Mm-hmm. Be a couple meters behind, Void crouched, melding into the shadows a bit.
Okay.
Eye
So-
shine visible.
You get to the top of the stairs, and you notice that there are two rooms ahead of you. One is lying open, and you hear the sound of rustling. And the other one is. The other one's closed. The door is closed over, but the room inside is very dark. What do you want to do?
Can I which one smells more of dog?
The one that's open.
Can I peek through the cracks, really sneaky-like?
Okay. It's like I was dealing with two cats having a fight on my lap. There we go. They stopped having a fight. Right. Come here. Come here. You know how to fight with him. Come here. There we go. Sorry, I completely forgot what you said because I was dealing with a cat fight.
Kitty is peeking, like, through the crack in the door, like...
Alright. As you look through this door, you notice it's definitely a bedroom and there's clothes scattered everywhere. And you see at the other side of the room that's a cupboard, and you see the weird child who seems to be crouching looking at something in a box in the cupboard.
This is just the setup to the worst horror movie ever.
Okay. So, is the door frame wooden?
Yes.
Can I roll stealth to, like, climb to the top of the door frame and, like, scurry along the ceiling cat style?
I don't know if you're making the horror movie or if the kid's making the horror movie.
Because you are a horror movie. That's what you are.
1 second. AJ has just sent me an overlay we can use for this. So
Hey.
if it works, there we go. Let me just move that down so chat's still visible. There we go. Cool. just move that down a little bit more. There we go. So yes, you just want to climb up the edge of the door frame and then scurry along the sort of architrave kind of thing.
You know, it's like beams along the roof of like most old houses. I'm assuming Dragon Age is similar. Weird old beams. And just doing that cat thing with like, you know, silently kind of grabbing along.
So a spider climbing all the way along, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you very much, AJ. So yeah, you sort of climb your way along and you're getting closer. And as you get closer, you hear a, "Ah, I have found it."
I see what he's found. Is he looking at me?
He's not looking at you. You see him pull something out of one of the boxes and walk towards what looks like some sort of dressing table on the wall.
Okay. What does he do next?
He pulls a long blonde wig out of his hand and puts it on and starts staring at the reflection in the mirror going, "I can feel the magic. It flows through me. I will be the one to control this village."
At this point, I'm imagining the soundtrack at like, you know, proper psycho levels. It's just
Are there any windows in this room?
There's one small window. It's about maybe half meter by half meter square.
Okay. Escape route.
it's just like a
anything else
bolt of black lightning. It's just-
You know, he is now sitting in front of this dress mirror, brushing the hair with a brush that he found on the table in front of him.
Is there anything else in the box he was looking at?
It looks like from what you can see by glancing into the cupboard, it looks like a box of like sort of knickknacks and sort of not beauty supplies, but that kind of like, you know, costume jewellery, that kind of stuff.
Okay. Can I steal it?
Yep. You go in, there's a sound of rustling. Let me just see if our child friend...
Can I roll stealth?
Yep, you roll stealth first and then I'll roll if child friend hears you.
Okie dokie.
I just, if this fails, I want to know what the exact reaction of Jennifer is.
17.
Alright,
That's
and he
pretty good.
gets a 3. Yeah, no, he doesn't hear you. He's far too busy brushing his hair at the moment.
No stealth. How did you get?
All I've got is Norman Bates in my mind, and I'm just creeped out.
I mean, downstairs when me and Ruth and the rest of them are hanging out, I'm like, do you remember this kid was like sobbing in the... Was this the same kid that was sobbing in the werewolf cave? I feel like he's been
Might have
heavily
been.
traumatized.
He thinks that hair is magic.
Yeah.
I mean, with werewolves, isn't it technically?
Sure.
Magic makes you hairier. Like
That's
testosterone gel.
That's called puberty. But yeah.
It's called testosterone gel.
Bum, 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 bum.
Ruth's just gonna mosey downstairs and have a look, see if he can find any more apples.
Okay.
So that's his thing. He always has apples on him, usually.
I see. Alright. So, is Juniper... Now Juniper's pocketed all the costume jewellery and stuff, are they wanting to leave through the window? Or they want to go back? What do they want to do?
I think he might just kind of slip through the window and disappear down the bushes underneath,
Alright.
you know? I imagine there's like a shrubbery or something, a garden, a
Are there-
small hedge I can hide under.
At this point, the child stands up, he takes the wig back off, rolls it very gently in a sort of blanket next to the bed, and puts it into the bundle that he seems to have been carrying, and begins to make his way back through the rest of the house.
As soon as I hear the floorboards creak, I'm out of there like a bolt. I'm like, no.
Alright.
Yeah, we'll just follow after you. Like, oh, we're done now, are we? Alright. He's on his way back.
It's out the window.
Where's the cat?
I do that.
Running around the
Shake the
house,
bag of treats.
making noises.
Shake the bag of treats. Here, have an apple.
Alright.
If I find some sugar, I can make them candied apples.
Okay. So you're all now outside the house, and you see this child walk back outside the house. He again looks at you all, noticing that you're near, and goes. He tilts his head, especially at Ruth, and goes, "Do you find it your magic is concentrated?" And just looks. It's like you can't stop staring at your hair.
I'm sorry. What? Say that again.
Your curls. Does it help with the magic?
No. In fact, I could shave my head and still perform magic.
That sounds challenging.
What, shaving my head or performing magic regardless afterwards?
He just looks at you, just looking at your hair, not looking at you, and then just so goes, "Just interested," and just starts walking off.
I wait for Jennifer to show up with her report about what happened.
Child is safely over 100 meters away. Jennifer's gonna peek out and immediately materialize behind Ruth.
Ah!
Gonna poke.
Why would you do that? Oh, I don't want to give you one now, but now it jumped at me.
It's already batting at it.
Fine, here. To go take one apple and just like give it to her.
It's rolling along the floor as she is chasing it in ecstasy.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the attention clap. What happened? It's like,
You clap and it's just
yeah. What
Explain
happened?
what you taught.
What do you see with the child?
big box. And I kind of pull out the box of knickknacks.
Okay.
Huzzah!
How long do we have to spend with you to get the entire story out? Like,
Get it in small bite-sized pieces, you know.
Roleplay the whole thing.
it's gonna take a time. It's gonna take a good hour or so. Going like, yeah, and then. It's like
3 words at a time.
Ruth's just gonna take the apple back. No, now tell us the whole thing, start to finish, and then you will get this apple. The sooner you tell us the story.
all I can think of this is that meme where you have 2 books side by side, and one book is just like this giant book full of red, and underneath it says, "Getting Jennifer to explain something without the app." Explain the rest of the scene.
Us, is that what you are? Okay, stop laughing. He had a box. Lots of things. I take. Here.
So
Okay.
Juniper puts down a box with lots and lots of costume jewellery. It obviously looks like it's definitely not real jewellery. It looks fake, but it's very shiny trinkets and baubles, and bracelets and beads and necklaces and all this kind of stuff.
He used the horrible bristle thing.
And Juniper waves the brush that they found on the table.
And it has like blonde hair in it. I'm
Mhm.
assuming it's like horse's hair turned into like.
Hand to cabbage and be like, I don't want this.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, yeah. It's got blonde hair in it.
Ruth's very
Too bite.
concerned.
Not nice to bite.
Okay, this kid is clearly like either very traumatized or he's gonna be to death. That's all. It's not gonna be a medium thing. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt and say he just has an unhealthy obsession with hair. I've seen people like that, but there's is the broken well nearby?
Yes, the broken well is nearby.
I'm chucking the comb in there. It
Okay.
doesn't need to exist on this realm.
Right. You pitch the brush into the well. It falls, and there's a sound like something breaking when it hits the bottom.
That's it. The world doesn't need that comb anymore.
Gonna get a friendly head back
Yes,
in the
yeah.
blood.
Lots of scratches because you did a good job.
Like, kind of gets the head under your hand and just starts doing this,
Yeah.
like aggressively.
I'm trying to remove all like evidence of like any kind of blonde hair on my hand. Yeah.
Ruth's just permanently gonna have his hood up whenever that kid is around. Like, no,
Yeah.
leave my hair alone. You can't have it.
See, we should really lock the door a lot more securely if you want to keep your head. Go back and make the canary's life a little bit better. It's like-
Help set up a shack.
yeah.
All right.
Really cuddly today.
So what are you gonna do now? You're standing.
Well, we go back to the mayor's house because that's where the canary is.
Okay.
I still want to finish like setting up the shack for it.
Hey,
Okay.
I mean, you told me what to do, and I've slowly
Yeah.
been, putting.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know how to tie a knot,
Mm.
and I can figure out how to hit a nail until it's in a piece of wood, but that's about the limit of my architectural knowledge.
So what does the shack look like?
3 pieces of wood, and and all the like leaning outwards, and there's like a square of fabric that has been nailed into the tops of the bits of wood, and I'm hoping that it'll balance, and it hasn't so far very well.
And the canary is like in the center.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah. I
Okay.
look at it and I'm like, I shoot the gremlin thumbs up and I'm like,
Okay.
good job.
It begins to rain, and immediately the canary's drier than he's been for a while. Though he seems to look up, it's like he's looking at the framework as if he's expecting it to fall on him.
It has fallen several times. It hasn't like the fabric has fallen on him. He hasn't been clonked over the head with wood yet because I've got decent reflexes and quite strong. But still.
I would just like to get some stones and reinforce the bottoms of these like kind of planks of wood that have been hammered. Just kind of making sure that it doesn't collapse under the weight of water.
Since it's raining, Ruth has gone and sought shelter because he does not like the rain. So he's gone back to the tavern, I'm assuming.
Sort of hall you've got, but yeah.
The hall. Then he's head back there for the nice and warm and dry.
Okay. At this point, when Ruth gets back to the hall, she finds an irate mayor. Goes, "Oh, what is this you've been doing? Where have you been? You're just causing problems in my village. What are you doing?"
I went on a walk, and now I have returned. So whatever trouble that has been bothering you, I have had nothing to do with it.
I have received reports that you have been building refugee houses for the Kunari people.
The Kunari is this one Kunari who has had an unfortunate time.
But you house one, you house many. They come. You can't do that.
Do you
I mean-
see any more Kunari turning up?
I'd like to point out that if he thinks that's a house, I hate to see what he's living in, because god damn, that does not qualify as housing by any stretch of anyone's imagination. And I'm including like slugs' imaginations here.
Also, a third of your village has already gone. So, technically, you need more,
Bodies.
Oh God, I can't.
Hands.
People.
Workers.
Population.
Serfs.
Serfs.
But that is because of you. You damaging the ground beneath the well, causing us to have no drinking water in town. We have to wait for a wagon to come from the northern nearby village with drinking water. We cannot drink one here.
Well, your well was contaminated and we sterilized it. So,
You set fire to the well and you smoked all the water
Yes.
out of it.
to sterilize it, it was polluted and quite frankly gross.
You know the hassle you have caused.
You don't know the hassle you've caused.
I-
You're the one that keeps getting in our way.
He just storms out again, and the rest of you just watch this irate mayor stamp past you, and he looks like he's about to like smack the canary's house, but just keeps going instead.
As soon as
It's
he
just
walks
gonna, like,
past,
throw
I
him
think
a berries.
Vincenzo is busy getting Juniper to just like find flowers so we can make it pretty.
It's just gonna be like grinning from ear to ear that he flustered the mayor without barely saying anything. He's like, ha! Stupid
Head
shit.
first into a flower bed and peeks up a little flower hanging out of her mouth.
Yeah. That's the one. Brilliant. And then there's a fight to get it out of the mouth. And...
Oh no, it drops it at your feet.
oh, okay. It's a gift.
I'll
Right, got it.
get more. Just
Yeah.
keeps dropping.
So
that's
the
he like
canary
puts
has a
one or
very
two
pretty
in, and then
house.
Juniper just appeared with like a pile of like 80 just behind him, just like.
So, I mean, I'm happy to do this for the rest of the session,
There's
but
some random bits of grass. There's like at least one twig thrown in.
we have
everything.
made a circle of flowers around this canal. It's like,
A peace circle.
A peace circle around the canary's house.
Jennifer's
and then
gonna, like, whack it against the canary, like
Okay. The canary just doesn't seem to react at all. Juniper seems to again go quite limp, and as if he's looking like kind of like, why does it matter? Yes, this canary's becoming more and more like Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh, but fuck it, we're gonna carry on.
if we could only pin her leg. But yeah.
So, the rain gets heavier, and you all kind of retreat back to the hall, and you hear the sound of thunder outside. The rest of the night is basically just quite sort of hiding away from the thunder as you just sort of make your night your own. Wraith does come back, say something about the autopsy's taking longer than he imagined, and the next day he's also gone before you realise when you wake up. And as you open the door the next day, you notice more people have left the village. It's even quieter than before. It seems that the people have taken the thunderstorm as a sign of God that they should leave. You also notice the canary's house has indeed fallen in, and he's sitting in the ruins of this fallen-in house, looking just very sad.
bless.
Once again, I must say, it wasn't a house. It was some fabric and 3 sticks, basically.
I wasn't
But yes.
I didn't give very good instructions. It was
And
very rudimentary.
And I'm not a builder of any kind.
So, yes, the canary is now sitting very wet in this pile of rubble. And before you get a chance to go and see it, your dwarf friend,
Nope,
That's my-
Discord went weird there.
it's because Rowan has dropped her
camera.
camera. Excuse me. So yeah, we'll hopefully get Rowan back. For the moment, Vincenzo. Actually, I'll just take the thing off so it doesn't confuse people. So yes, your dwarven friend goes, do any of you know anything about rogue barbers?
Excuse me.
As in a
Uh-oh.
barber for
You're in trouble
Here?
now, Cabbage.
Aye, one of the elders of the village has been found stabbed several times. He's had his head shaved, his beard shaved off.
oh god.
Do any of you know of Rogue Barber?
Yeah, the kid.
I don't want to alarm you, but the mayor's child seems to have a very frightening
Dispossession.
obsession with hair. He's pointed at me a few times and complimented me on my locks, and discussing magic, and I suggest you maybe want to talk to him.
What
He's
would
just
the
a child, isn't he?
He was
Is
left
he?
with the werewolves.
Is he? You know his father left him with the werewolves, and the werewolves brought him back.
Well, there's a slight story about that, but aye.
Oh, enlighten us.
Well, as far as I understand, his father decided that he was a... How do I put this? Scrawny wee wrench. And his father decided he needed a bit more toughening up. So he decided to, give him to the werewolves to sort of, for want of a better term, make a man out of him. And he seems a lot more independent since he came back. I'll give him that, but slightly terrifying.
You're not the only one who thinks this.
He does seem to like my
Very-
beard, though, so that's something.
Given what has recently occurred, you might want to piece these a little bit more together.
I know, but just a child, he's only, he's in his early teens. He's not gonna take down like a 200 and 300 pound man and,
you're
shave him in an alleyway in the middle of a thunderstorm. I mean, that's a bit much, isn't it?
I'm going to relay. I'm going to relay the information from the house with the creepy wig and the everything else and everything that's happened basically ever since I shaved him.
Right. Okay. Well,
I'd just like to say, in my defense, he just showed up here unannounced in the middle of what I assume is our barracks.
So you're saying he just showed up and you just took it upon yourself to shave him?
He looked like he was having a bad time.
His head was rather botched and bloodied, and they didn't really cut his hair that well.
I see.
They left marks.
Right, okay.
We just tidied it up a bit.
Look, the kid's clearly different. That's what I like.
Right, okay.
That's one word for it.
He creeped Ruth out. He just, to be frank, he creeps me out a little bit too.
I see.
And
Well,
then he keeps carrying this little bundle of things around.
Well, I'll go have a wee word with the mayor and see if we can get him in for a meeting then. He sort of looks a bit confused and he says, anything else I should know?
His father's rather odd. What is the relationship there?
He's just, his father's of sort of old money, as it were. I think he wanted to be mayor of somewhere a bit more glamorous than this shithole.
Where exactly did this murder take place?
Oh, behind the tavern.
Okay. Do you mind if we go take a look?
There you go. I'll meet you at the mayor's house later on in the day.
Sure.
Alright.
So he wanders off towards the mayor house, past the very drenched canary, and a small, collapsed-in house.
He's just got 3 pieces of wood.
Yeah, it's just 3 pieces of wood on top of him, and you can see one's being held up by his horns.
We should really just drag him in here now.
Yeah, we really should just drag him in the hall. Graham, go get him and take him in the hall. At least then he'll be dry.
Yeah, I'd like to. I'll ask Ruth and Tristan if they want to come. Like everyone, I want them to come and like see this murder scene because I don't know what I'll find and I don't know how freaked out I'll be.
Well, 3 pairs of eyes are better than 2. So, we'd rather we might all see something different.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I don't think it's wise to go around alone with a
Rogue
shaved
barbers.
murderer going about. Might want to put your hood up.
What is this town called? Did we ever name it?
I don't know if I did ever name this town. One
I
second.
don't think you did. I don't
Let me
think
see,
you did.
check my...
The Rogue Barber, or whatever this town's name is.
I
would be a
don't think
great
I named this
book
place. It's mainly because I think I was going to ask Amy for where roughly I should do this village, and I didn't actually give it a name.
It's near the Frostback.
It's near the mountains, yeah.
Mountains. Yeah.
It's a small village in the middle of nowhere near the mountains, so... But
Yeah,
it's
okay.
it's slightly bigger than other ones because it has a gallows, and that's why you all ended up here.
Yeah, there is a section in the notebook for Vincenzo that says the Rogue Barber near the mountaintops. It's like, there's gonna be one of those stories that people never read when they pick up, but they pick it up regardless. Murder scene.
Yes.
Oh.
Back.
Lost.
Internet's probably died.
The Rogue Barber strikes again. He lost 2 of them. It's like,
Lost 2 of them, falling like flies.
I know Bach's internet sometimes resets randomly during the day.
Alright.
So
It's
she'll
fine, as long
probably come
as they're
back. She'll be
alright.
back on.
As long as they're alright. Okay. So are you... What you want to do? Are you wanting to... Are you sending Tom to get this canary?
no.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
No, afterwards.
Just come to the house. Okay.
That'll be the stinger of him dragging him to the house, dead or alive. But
Alright.
we want to go investigate the murder scene, right? Well, I want to see if I see any child footprints.
Okay. So you go around the back of the tavern. You see blood. Even though it was raining last night, you still see like blood specks everywhere on the wall and on the ground. It looks like a lot of it was washed away, but there's still traces of blood everywhere. And lying face down in the ground seems to be this quite elderly-looking man. Maybe he's like 60s, like not very elderly, but elderly. He does look like he's been hurriedly scalped.
Boy. I nudge Ruth. I nudge Ruth and say, "Well, you're the medical person."
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna start examining the body.
Okay.
As best I can. Have a look at the injuries.
When you examine the body, you find a stab wound on the left side, on between the ribs.
Okay.
And it looks like it was a sort of single piercing stab upwards. That basically caused him to just like stab very in, and he just sort of crumpled to the ground.
So did they come behind to stab him, or stab from the front?
It just looks like he's stabbed in the side. Roll what would medical be for this? Just roll intelligence and we'll see if we work it out.
Okay. It's easier if I do it like this. Roll D20 plus 5. 7.
No. You just kind of work out that he's been stabbed. It's like, it looks like someone stabbed him in the side, but you can't tell more than that.
Okay.
But
Can I roll
his robe is covered in blood.
Well, he bled out rather quickly. This wound is, although small, it's been very carefully placed to inflict maximum damage.
And you also know he has several large like slashes on his scalp from looks like a very hurried scalping.
Whatever, this was a bit of a rush. Spur of the moment attack, maybe.
Can I look around for?
Who died?
We have a body.
You found a body around the back of the tavern that had been stabbed and hurriedly scalped and shaved.
By the rogue barber of the mountaintop region.
A kid. It's hair.
Yeah. We all think this.
Yeah, but we're just trying to get it to confirm it.
Yeah, Bach's just having technical difficulties. Her internet's
Alright,
not
cool.
cooperating right now.
I'd like to roll to find tracks or like
Okay.
footprints in the wet ground.
Alright, roll tracking. Or awareness, whatever you'd rather.
Ooh,
That's a pretty high roll. That's
that's a
23.
nice roll.
That's a nice roll.
Cabbage.
So you find what looks like there's definitely 2 or 3 smaller footprints that look maybe about. They look like either a dwarf or a younger person, or potentially someone female with smaller feet. That looks to have just walked up to this person. This person looks like they've turned around and just been stabbed.
Since the scalping was hurried, I'm sure there's like tufts of hair that are left over.
Yep.
What color are they?
They look a sort of slightly grey, slightly darker colour. So sort of kind of peppered kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna take like a tiny bit just to like kind of compare it with other things.
Okay.
As evidence.
As evidence.
Because you got 23, I'll just say. You notice that he's been scalped, he's been hurriedly, like his beard's been shaved off as well, and you notice some of his chest hair has also been removed.
Of course.
If I was there and not trying to help the poor Canary in his tent, I would probably.
No, you were there.
Down
You are there.
Oh, I thought I was still hanging around with the Canary.
No.
I think they'll get you to do
we
that
got
later.
Alright, in
Yeah,
that case,
yeah.
I look down with a raised eyebrow at my own chest hair. Or at least where it would be underneath the iron chest plate that I still haven't taken off in the last 4 days.
It's just like to sleep with protection. You don't know
Yeah.
who's gonna stab you.
It's too much of an effort to take it off, and then you've got to undo all the straps, and then you've got to put it back on the next morning. So just wash the bits that show and the bits that matter. That'll do.
Yeah.
With rain, probably. Knowing.
Is there anything else going about? Like, is there like maybe something that the attacker might have dropped, or anything that in the footprints maybe that they?
Roll me awareness, we'll see what you find. Actually, everyone roll me awareness, see what you find.
If I could do one last thing, I would like to basically use a piece of paper, rip it out of my notebook, put it on top of the whatever footprint I found, and just loosely make an outline, just to get like the size.
Okay.
But I will roll as well.
I think it's.
Like a 19.
I think it's 3.
Okay.
Oh, mine did not work. Oh, that's why.
Because you asked for
Because
a
I
toll.
spelled it wrong.
You
I
spent
asked for a
toll.
toll instead of a roll.
A toll instead of a roll. Let's see these ones are. But yes, you sketch the footprint.
22.
Okay. When you, it's Ruth. When Ruth looks at the footprints, they notice that after about 4 or 5 steps, there's a very clean, obvious footprint. And
This one.
the footprint, for some reason, only has 4 toes on it. It's like it's missing one of the middle toes.
Ah, a feature.
Dog.
Oh. No.
Does it smell of dog?
I think everything smells of dog right now, so yes.
Is it particularly doggish? Is that a word?
It has been.
That's wrong.
It's been raining heavily, so everything just smells like wet dog.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Strong hint of wrong.
But we're not on the Ferelden side, so we can't say it's any Fereldans. Because we're on the Arlesian side.
Juniper's gonna pull that disgusted cat face of just.
So there's a foot. Is it encased in a boot? So is it obvious it's a boot print, or it's an actual
Everything else
footprint?
looked like a boot print, but this one looks like a footprint.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Happy reboot.
It's fine.
Oh no.
There we go.
So we came across a body, and we're slightly investigating it, and it appears we're highly suspicious that it was the child who has murdered this poor person.
It was
and
definitely the
shaved them.
child.
It was definitely the
We're
child.
just confirming it with evidence.
Yes. We found clumps of hair. The poor person has been shaved, both hair, beard, and chest hair. And Ruth has just found. Is it a footprint or is it a boot print?
It's everything else looks like footprints apart from this one singular footprint.
So this one singular footprint
Mm-hmm.
is missing a middle toe.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have something to tie. So we just need to look at everybody's feet then.
Mm-hmm.
But that's like our trump card. We pull it out last.
Yes, that's our ace up our sleeve.
Okay.
All right. Let's go meet the captain at the mayor's house.
Okay. So you go over to the mayor's house. As you walk in, you hear the mayor spluttering to the warden constable, your dwarf friend. And as you sort of walk in, you hear, here they are now. Yes, you too. Here they are now.
Oh, Luther.
Right, what did you find from looking at the body?
Ruth, do you want to take it away?
Well, we found some hair. We have found that the poor sod was attacked from the front, stabbed. There was an opportune attack, and hurriedly shaved both hair, beard, and chest hair. And there are a number of footprints leading off. So small footprints, so it's either a woman or a young person.
And I
There's-
procure like a paper with like a rough size of the footprint on
Okay.
it.
At this point, the mayor starts spluttering. So, who of your suspects? Come on, who would do such a thing?
Well, we should line up a few people who are, you know, the same size and build as whoever this murderer is.
Mhm.
And then, no, go ahead.
No.
Because we just we measure the footprint and we find if the hair is somewhere. We can find who has the hair. The rest of it, we find our culprit.
Okay.
Oh no.
Okay. So, the dwarf looks at you and goes, right, so, what am I looking for? Time to find up. Any hints?
I say
People
all
with
the
small
small
feet.
people.
Hmm.
Yes, young people, possibly even a child may have done this.
But,
Definitely a dagger wound.
Definitely a
I
dagger
mean,
wound.
could a child have taken down a fully grown man?
I mean, he'd surprised. If surprised, it's possible.
Didn't look at me like
Our friend over there is very small, and she's adept at killing people apparently.
Yeah, but the wrong kind of feet.
But yes, she has the wrong kind of feet.
The wrong kind of feet.
For the murder. The murder.
What are you doing?
Is Luther being very
He's
demanding?
just standing all over me and walking all over me, and he's not being clear what he's actually after. Just to stand like this so you can wiggle his butt.
Butt scratchings.
He does love butt scratchings. But yes, so the dwarf sort of wanders out. About 20 minutes later, you look out and he's rounded up the shortest people in town. Exactly, that would include you. So you walk outside and there's about 8 very angry looking short people Some of them are just angry looking because they are short. Some of them are people who seem to have been dragged there against their will because they fit the vague description. So there are 3 humans, there are 4 elves, and there is 1 dwarf. They range from, some of them are children, some of them are female, and some of them are just short. What are you doing? What's up with this eye? Here we go.
Okay.
I'm assuming
Well-
this is in front of the mayor's house, right?
Yes.
Okay.
The
Is
Canary
his
was-
child and amongst the humans, by
No.
the way? No. Oh. Right. Well, we just eliminate all of these with Kabaj's.
Footprint, yes. I
Footprint.
will go around
And,
measuring.
Yep.
the
Take off your
footprint, yes.
shoes. Take off your shoes.
Okay.
And I'll just do a visual inspection.
But as you inspect all their feet, you find that none of them are either the right size or have 4 feet. 4 feet? 4 toes.
Four toes.
None of these are suspects. Culprit. You are all free to go. I am very sorry for the inconvenience, but thank you for your cooperation.
At this point, you hear, well, if it is not them, who did this? Who did this?
Mr. Bear, where's your son?
I
He's
also
in his
asked the
room.
Canary quietly. Like, did you see anyone move out during the thunderstorm when you were under this lovely house that we made you?
He just looks at you
Before
and
it
goes.
collapsed.
He just looks at you and goes, "No, I was wet."
It would really help if you cooperated because it's a matter of life and death.
Can we inspect his foot just for on the off chance?
You expect his
Give him
other
a
foot. His other foot. Actually, no. You inspect his
tiny
other
feet.
foot. You begin to take his boot off. He is not pleased, but doesn't seem to react because he doesn't care about anything. He does have 4 toes on his other foot, but his feet are about 4 times the size of the one that you found.
Oh, interesting. I'm gonna put his boot back on. Very sorry.
Okay.
All right.
It's hanging
And then we
very
turn-
sort of pathetically off his foot now. Like it doesn't look like it's comfortable for him, but he just doesn't want to move.
No, I'm gonna put it on properly. I'm not gonna leave him like. I'm not gonna take off his boot and then only put it half-ass back on. We put it on properly and like make sure his laces are all tied.
Okay.
Make sure-
At this point,
try and do the other one as well.
At this point, we all stare at the mayor, going like, "Can you call your child, please?"
Do you see the problem? Where is Bailey? I'll go find Bailey. And he walks off, and he comes back 5 minutes later, and he's just being followed in like straight and single file procession by this child. And he goes, "Right, here is Bailey. Bailey, what is people want to see you?" And at this point, the child just looks at all of you and goes, "Why have I been summoned?"
There's been a murder.
I
I
see.
can't help it. We would like you to remove your shoes.
Feet.
He just looks down at his bare feet and goes, "But I am not wearing shoes."
Oh, okay then. Can we look at his feet then
hmm
and compare
Is he-
his feet?
He has
Is he
5 toes
missing-
on both feet.
God damn it! Ruth is actually going to curse. He's actually going to curse. Fuck. And then walk away.
Why?
Cabbage, you have this.
What is wrong?
Do you know? And I'm assuming in my meticulous investigatory skills, I have figured out the name of the guy who kicked it. Do you know old man so and so? It's like,
Yes.
you know,
He
those
had a
famous
very
names,
magnificent beard.
Did he?
Had.
What?
And his hair bristled with magic.
I just look at Grem with like the most biggest eyes of wonderment and like happiness. I'm like,
Hey, like, I can listen, all right.
no, like
my intelligence
Vincenzo.
is 2, not 1.
yeah, but Vincenzo has like just admiration at this point, just going like, yeah, you found you, yeah, this guy. It's like, how do you know he had the hair?
Why would you come to tell me if there was a death, if you wouldn't be removed? Who could leave that behind?
Oh, okay.
The sheer amount of magic.
There is no magic in here! It's just like, there's no fucking magic in here!
So, just because we need you to help us out, where would someone keep all that hair? Where would they take it? Why would they take it? And where would they put it?
They would consume it for the magic.
They would consume it for the magic.
As in, they would eat it.
And would they feel like magical?
Yes, they would feel their own hair growing and would feel the magic.
Suppose they missed a little bit and I hold out like the tuft of hair that I have.
He looks at it, kind of his eyes sort of widen a little bit, and he looks like someone's offering him a chocolate.
Well, I guess I don't need this anymore, so I'm
He
just
hold-
gonna like.
He holds it in his hand and then just sort of looks at it, and he goes, "Thank you. I will treasure it."
Uh-huh. Hmm. Does his feet? Did we measure his feet? Do they match the?
No, he
without-
doesn't. He has five. He has five.
No, no.
It's the size of his feet roughly match the size you're looking for, yes, but he
Yeah.
does not have
Okay.
four. He does not have four toes.
Right.
Mm.
I just kind of look at him and I go like, I look at the mayor and I go like, do you know where Bailey was last night? Just and during the thunderstorm, I'm sure he was safe at home, right?
There was thunder. Where else would he be? Who goes out in a thunderstorm?
Mayor, we haven't checked your feet.
You can take my feet if you want. He gestures to his own feet, which are very soiled. It looks like he never wears shoes. But his feet are easily about twice the size of the one Vincenzo has in the drawing.
Okay. I think we're gonna have to expand our search of
Yeah, it's a
Right.
terrible shame. We need to get to the bottom of this.
Constable. We haven't seen
Yes.
your feet.
Bless. Hello.
Oh,
Yes. Can I help?
Hello.
You look at
Toes.
you look at the dwarf's feet. You take his shoes are a little bit bigger than the ones you're looking for, and when you look at his feet themselves, he easily has he has more toes than you're looking for. Put it that way.
Okay. Yeah, you have an extra toe.
What?
Nothing. Well, this has been very helpful. I think our investigation shall have to go in a completely different direction now.
We're going to have to maybe go house to house, I think.
Yeah.
Might be the easiest suggestion.
Is there a shoemaker in town?
Oh, that's a good idea. Is there a cobbler?
Yes, there is. Yes.
Oh.
Because a village cobbler would have all the villages' sizes,
Mhm.
like they'd have
You would know.
yeah, they would know. But in some cobblers would have like a book of like their clientele, and it would tell them the exact size. So if their clients wanted to order shoes, they didn't have to come in and get measured. They already had their size.
Yeah, we could narrow down
Ooh.
who it is by the size.
Mm-hmm.
People still did this. Sounds great.
Yeah.
So yeah, off to the cobbler too.
Yes,
Alright.
let
It
us
was the
check out-
cobbler all along.
We cobbled them.
Right. You you make your way towards the cobbler. You find he is basically a small shop next to the blacksmith. And as you walk in, you get, Hello. You looking for some shoes?
We're actually looking for your assistance, if you can.
My assistant
Vincenzo.
is about somewhere.
No. Your assistance, as in assisting us,
Oh,
as in
right.
helping us.
Oh, yeah, yes. Well, what do you need?
I pull out the
my-
piece of paper.
It's a shoe.
We're looking for someone with roughly this size of foot.
I
You don't have
see.
any clients that possibly
Well,
match this?
I have several clients who are of that size. Is there anything more you have to go on?
One of them might
missing
be
toe.
missing a middle toe, might be missing.
Oh, that'll be 1 second, and he flicks through takes a sort of ledger out and flicks through it, and goes, oh, that'll be Joseph. He's a sort of normal child. He's one of the village ones. He's about somewhere. He's lost his middle toe to some kind of wolf attack or something when he was a child.
Oh. Do you know where it could be?
Oh, I've not seen him in a while. There was a missing poster up for him in the village for a bit.
When was this?
Oh, about a week ago. Maybe more.
Before we got there.
Before we got here. You haven't seen his family at all, have you? Are they still in the village?
I don't really know. I'll have to ask my assistant. He sort of wanders off, and you hear a sort of ringing a bell loudly, and eventually this young girl comes running in and goes, "Yes, what do you want?" Have you seen Joseph's parents? Yes, they're still in the village. Why? These people are looking for him for some weird reason. Why are you looking for him? I never really asked this. I probably should have done. Why are you looking for him?
Oh, no specific reason. We've just been sent to question people about the unfortunate death.
Death. What? Joseph's death?
No. We're looking for Joseph just in case, because we're a little bit worried that whoever may have killed this other person might be looking for him. Well, Ruth is lying through his teeth.
Oh,
As
well,
best he can.
good.
Being like emphatically next to you, like
Just completely stone faced, just like completely like emotionless. Yes, death.
well,
this is why we're here.
Trilly here can take you over. Can you take him to Joseph's house? Yes, fine. So this young girl leads you out of the cobblers and along to this one of these houses along the street. You knock on the door, and a very sort of gruff woman answers the door and goes, "Yes."
Hello, madam.
What do you want?
How should
We're
we start?
inquiring about the whereabouts of your son.
Very funny.
How long ago did he go missing?
Well, I've just had this letter. And she just hands you this very crumpled note. And you recognise the signature at the bottom as being your friend Wraith.
Oh.
And at the top it says, "We have recently performed an autopsy on a body and have found it is your son."
Oh.
Oh yeah. And there was a missing foot,
Mm-hmm.
which we found inside the belly of the wicket.
oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So.
Oh no.
It's a terrible shame. I'm very sorry for your loss. I say it in exactly that tone while reading the
Jesus. Alright, mate, calm down. Blimey.
Ruth's just gonna look at him and go, okay.
Has,
Yeah.
has Wraith been
Condolences.
reanimating the dead?
No,
Oh no. Grace has green syringes full of reanimators.
Ruth, I'm so
Turning into
sorry.
tubs more and more. We need to stop this.
I don't. Is Wraith a necromancer? Did he?
No, I think he may have kind of figured out something and helped us with our case. Hmm. So, again, as I said, terribly sorry for your loss. Please take heart and don't leave the village.
She takes the letter back off you and grumpily slams the door on your face.
And
Not surprised.
I'm 90% sure it's Bailey. And the reason why I gave him the tuft of that hair is because I wanted to see if he ate it or not next time we asked for it to be shown back to us. So, we should go back to the mayor's house and just have a conversation with the captain present, and then I will ask Bailey to show me the hair, and if he hasn't eaten it by tomorrow.
No, maybe I should have laced the hair with something. Just in case he did eat it. For next time.
Everyone look out for their hair and make sure you lock the doors.
Yes. Pull my hood back up. Tie it securely. No one is getting my hair.
Yeah. And now we should drag the canary inside.
Drag him into the warm.
I'll get the legs, you get the hands, Graham, just carry him inside.
I mean, I could just carry the whole. I mean, I carried him bodily before. I can probably just do that now.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
You pick him up and
Like
he's
tugging.
He's dead weight.
he's a very dead weight and he's very wet. And he makes a squelching sound the more you kind of try and adjust your grip.
Juniper is tugging on any of his loose threads that are hanging off his clothes, like just getting under everyone's feet and just like.
My size, the size of Juniper keeps changing with every description. It's like,
She's just
But
getting
yeah.
smaller and smaller and smaller every time you write about her. I think I said she was 4'5".
yes.
The little kitty. Probably about the same
so-
height as the dwarf, to be honest.
Same height as a house cat in the end.
Yeah. I make sure to double check all the doors, all the latches for the night. And just kind of
Ruth's gonna set a ward. It's like, I'm not taking any chances. I do not want to be A, murdered, and B, shaved during the night.
There are worse things in the world than being murdered and shaved in an evening.
Leave my blonde locks alone.
leaving a not so pretty corpse behind. Terrible way to go.
I'll make
Okay.
a terrible corpse.
None of us gets any sleep that night. It's like,
Set a watch.
Juniper curled up on the floor, like unbothered, probably
Yeah.
under a bed.
it's weird because you have the most hair out of all of us. It's like,
Juniper doesn't know what fear is, I don't think.
yeah, I think that's true.
Yep. Alright,
Oh
so
dear.
you all lock the door, put the wards on, put everything you feel you need to. The canary is sitting in the corner, and every time you all try and get to sleep, you hear this sudden sound of, "Why doesn't death come for me?"
Because he's rather busy with the darkspawn.
I gotta sleep.
Now shut up! Ruth's on edge. Ruth's on edge.
It's just getting to
I'm gonna retire to my mound of pillows, straw, and blankets because bloody bed's never long enough.
Alright. So you don't get much sleep this night. You do hear the canary muttering a lot to himself. The next morning again, we have to just have Wraith disappearing very early.
Ruth's really suspicious about him disappearing very early every day, by the way. He's like gonna be like watching him like a hawk for anything suspicious. Suspicious Vince.
Alright. As you sort of take most of the undo most of the bolts and stuff and try to open the door, the dwarf is there immediately, just gonna go, "It's been another murder."
No. Okay, let's go investigate it.
Grim's gonna be like, why is there so many murders in a village? I mean, it's not exactly a raging battlefield out there. Good God,
But
God's above.
the second
Assuming-
one,
I'm assuming these murders are gonna like scare even more villagers away. We've already
It's
lost.
gonna be a bloody. We're gonna be the last ones here at this rate.
I
Because-
feel like the mayor is trying to do something shady.
Mayor's always
running
trying to
every-
do something shady.
Yeah, but he's running everyone out of the place so that he can, like, I don't know, repurpose this as a slave camp or something.
A spa.
A spa.
Haha.
Actually, Graham probably doesn't know what a spa is. He didn't say that. Then.
Nah. But yes, lead us to the murder scene. Let's see what happened and give us the details of what happened.
This time it looks like a house has been broken into. The two people who lived in the house have both been sheared bald,
Spooky for this time.
and one of them has been stabbed in the neck, and the other one seems to have been stabbed in the ankle and then the neck.
Okay. Time to CSI this thing. How did they manage to break in?
Roll awareness. See what you find.
Pity.
You find one of, thank you, Kat. One of the windows at the back seems to have been broken into.
So it's obviously broken into, like, as in broken inside,
Yep.
and there's
The glass is in the glass is in the
glass on
inside.
Are there any blood on the glass? Or is
There's
there, like,
slight bits of blood on the glass in the window, like someone has basically just punched through the glass.
Okay. So somebody did hurt themselves trying to get in here. Okay, that's my role.
Hello, Amy.
Hello.
So we found out that the house had been broken into by someone smashing the glass on the one of the windows and then jumping in, and so there's a little bit of blood on the glass and blood on the glass on the floor. Two people were killed this time.
Oh no.
It's a double murder. One stab in
Double
the neck
homicide.
and one stab in the ankle and then the neck, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And obviously they've been unprofessionally barbered.
Unprofessionally barbered. Okay. Are you wanting me to examine the bodies?
Yes, please.
Oh, yeah, we probably need, like, your expertise here.
Alright. Let us have a look. Can I possibly identify the... Is it a dagger again, or is it a different weapon?
Do an awareness check. Okay.
Tristan and
Uh,
Graham, you know... Sorry, go ahead.
There you go.
I was gonna say, I was talking to Tristan and Graham saying that they know how fights happen, so they would be able to, like, kind of give us more info on how the struggle kind of, like, played out.
Yeah, because maybe it wasn't like both of them were the intended victim. Maybe they like grappled with the...
Yeah,
the
well, I wouldn't
dagger
know
and
anything about that because I'm not, like, a fighter type person.
one...
I just write about that stuff.
You just write about it.
From what you can tell, the people seem to have been stabbed with... It does look like it was some kind of bladed object, but you can't tell more than that.
Okay.
And the ankle wound looks like it went a lot deeper than the other two.
So that would have been like maybe a...
Just to say, I don't watch many true crime things, but maybe I should start.
Well, if it's deeper than the other, that would mean that it's like there's more power in that attack. So, was that maybe a debilitating blow to like gain advantage, or was it a strike done in desperation? That's like the two kind of options. And then it was stabbed in the ankle and the neck, did you say?
Yep.
And then the other one was
Just in the neck.
just in the neck.
Yep.
Is
Neck.
the one that's got both injuries, are they a bigger build?
They're both about the same build, but the one that's been stabbed in the ankle and the neck was the male victim of the two.
Okay. So there was like the stronger,
Yep.
possibly.
And the more you examine them, you find out that they are both elves.
Oh.
Oh no, we see a pattern emerging. I'll look at Jennifer and I'll ask her if she sees something that she would steal but hasn't been stolen. And then I tell her
You're muted.
I tell her
Go on.
specifically not to steal them, but just to take a look at it.
Can I run, see if there's any good steely items?
Yes, roll.
Click along. Thank you.
Try to think of what other things to look for.
Natural 1.
Oh no!
Juniper becomes obsessed by something. They find something on the body and just grab it. And some of you notice her grab this and just... It gives the full sort of
It's a
Gollum, my
finger.
precious look of like...
Sorry, Jenny.
What you got? What you got there? What you got there? Come on, come on. What you got there? And then just like wrestling full on with just like.
She rolls onto her side and is just there, like, desperately kicking at this thing while chewing at it
Mm-hmm.
and nibbling anyone that gets close.
I'll take as much damage as I need to take to figure out what this thing is.
Alright, roll...
You can't use stun!
Either roll
No, I don't
awareness or
wanna
do
stun
something
Juniper.
else to try and... roll dexterity, sorry. Try and get the item back off Juniper without losing your hand.
Yeah. I have some expertise.
You get a
in this now.
vague grasp of it. It does seem to be something metal. It does seem to be sort of circular in shape. And it does seem to have some sort of jewel on it.
Okay, so it's just jewelry, right? It looks, yeah. After a while of like examining it for like any kind of like hair or blood on it, I will just give it back to Jennifer.
You look at it. It does seem to emit quite strong magic.
Okay.
Jennifer is staring at this thing with her tail lashing, just
like-
waiting for you to drop it.
Laser pointer. Can I? What does it take to determine what kind of magic this is? would it
It would be a magic roll, so int.
I will do that for figuring out what it is. Pretty high, 23.
23? Yep. This does definitely seem to be a magic ring. It does seem to... I mean, even you can tell this thing emits a lot of magic power, so it seems whoever was here didn't have any
Interest in that.
yeah, they couldn't tell something that emits magic.
I will hand it to Jennifer and I will say, keep it secret, keep it safe. And I will just
Takes it,
hand it.
disappears inside the cloak along with like the 40 daggers that she probably has at this point, and probably an ornament that she stole off someone's
We
shelf.
stop counting. It's less cloak and more daggers.
It's potted plants somewhere in there.
So clearly this person doesn't know what this is a pretty powerful artifact. I really feel it's this kid who wants magic.
I feel it's the kid as well, but I don't think it's... I feel that it's,
Obvious red herring.
you
You know what I mean?
kind of thing.
Graham, we found a magic ring, a very powerful magic ring on the body that was clearly not taken. So whoever it was doesn't really know how to figure out if something is magic or get that sense from it.
Not a looter either.
Mm. They didn't take anything precious from the bodies. They just wanted the hair.
Very strange.
Very
Very
strange
strange
indeed.
indeed.
I have a slight suggestion,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm hesitant to admit it, but why don't we lock down the boy for an evening, and if
You
no
mean
one
keep an eye out?
dies, yes, no, I mean like physically have him in a room, possibly a cage, just to be safe, overnight, and if there are no murders during the night, then I believe we have found our culprit.
Fair. The only way I see
There is a
that,
lot of suspicion for this child.
Juniper, you were saying,
But he's not missing a toe, so it can't be him.
but that was just one footprint there
Yes.
amongst all the other footprints. So
And
I
at
feel
least
like
it would eliminate him as a suspect as well, I suppose.
that is also that. I think
The
we can
body-
put him in a cage.
Did the body have a missing toe?
Oh. We did not check that.
We should have
Which
checked that.
shows up.
Can I go exhume the body and check that? Has it been buried yet?
The one from the day before is away being currently examined by Wraith, I think it is, because he's being the mortuary assistant.
Oh, can we just ask Wraith then to check his toes?
Yeah, you send a runner to Wraith. Wraith comes back saying the body from yesterday does indeed have 4 toes.
Oh, okay.
As in, there is one missing.
So it could have been his footprints that we found.
I think
Yeah.
your idea is pretty good about keeping a watch on this kid. Can't put him in a cage without. Yeah,
Fortunately.
unfortunately, but we can keep an eye out for. We can all set up shop someplace where we have good sight on that house on all the exits. Yes.
Hey.
I didn't hear what you said. What was
Sorry,
it?
Aaron.
I can spy.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah.
I don't know what's up with my mic. It doesn't pick me up like half the time.
So yeah, I think we can all be backup, and if the kid comes out, we have Grem tackle the kid.
I like this plan. Part of me wishes that he would show up just to see Graham do it.
Yeah, so I think we'll probably try and see however many exits that house has, that kind of set up between us. Like just try to watch every
This-
exit.
The mayor's house you're looking at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then obviously we'd have like a blood curdling scream as our signal in case we see these.
Fair enough.
Okay. So are you just watching the mayor's house all day, or is that what you're doing, or what is it you're doing?
No, I think we'd like to set it up so as sundown starts to happen around about dusk, we'd like kind of set up in our positions and then we'd try and watch throughout the night.
You guys can hide in the little fort you made the Kunari.
Yeah.
We'll
that was-
make it
that
a
was
little
my-
bit better.
Like a bird hide, except, it's
Yeah,
it's four twats looking for a child, not
Yeah.
bird.
That's
Good way of
me,
wording it, yeah.
That's
Poor
that's
twats
me
looking
on
for a child.
that can't be the headline for this this
Title for the episode, it could very well be.
Tagline: "For twats look for a child."
You say 4, but I'm just sort of tagging along. At the
Well,
moment.
there is 5 of you, so it'll be fine.
They're just
Pretty
using
sure
meter
Juniper is
lift.
somehow like Metal Gearing her way into the building again, and is yet again just hiding in the shadows
Yeah,
underneath a
okay.
cabinet somewhere.
Yeah, but Juniper does know the signal, right? Blood curdling scream. Yeah, okay. I'll take the tarp. I'll pretend to be like a collapsed tent.
I will be the collapsed wall.
Oh my god.
Okay.
So they remember that was right in front of the house as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
Ruth's gonna take the back exit then.
So
Okay.
the day begins to wind to a close. Sundown begins to happen. A couple of the servants do leave the house. There's a sort of middle-aged man who looks like he's some sort of butler. There is a woman in somewhat finery who is just sort of, who seems to be distracted. There are 2 or 3 sort of younger maids and cleaners, but the boy does not leave by either door.
Okay.
Out of all those people, which one fits, like, I guess the description of, like, no, that footprint won't work anymore, will it?
No,
No,
'cause it'll be
The dead guy.
yeah, Joseph's. It's Joseph's footprints. Is it? No, it's the dead guy's footprints.
Are any of them holding daggers?
Brandishing them menacingly.
No one is
any of
walking
them-
around just flicking a dagger with their hand. No.
Do they look suspicious at all? Are they acting in any way or?
No
They
one's
just seem to be
nervous.
leaving. Some of them seem to be in their own little world. Some of them just seem to be, looking obviously that kind of exhausted end of shift way.
I think we just hunker. Like if we don't find anything suspicious, we just hunker down and keep waiting for time when the boy does leave. And Juniper's in the house looking at the boy, keeping tabs on the fact that, yeah.
Okay.
I
So
suppose she could also sneak out and tell us things as well if she sees anything.
Mm.
Do little hand
Dusty.
signals out the window.
Dusty!
Oh, it's Dusty.
All right. So we stay there for more time.
okay. Are you staying there all night if need be?
Yes.
Unfortunately.
Okay. So it's the 3rd night in a row you're not getting much sleep. It's still quite cold and windy. Juniper watching the boy all night. The boy does not leave the house. The next morning, you notice the servants all sort of returning to the house, and as the sort of town begins to get bustling around, you hear people whispering about something, and then you hear a loud shriek, and then a lot of commotion at the other side of the village.
Juniper gets confused and runs right towards it, thinking it's the signal.
Yeah, I'm booking it towards it as well. It's just me
Alright.
too.
Sleepily walking there.
I'm
Yawning.
going to raise my eyebrow at Ruth and at Tristan as well. Just be like, now what? Now what do we do?
Well, one of us should stay here.
At this point, there is someone standing in the town square shouting, "They're dead! Another couple are dead! There's a murderer! Everyone should leave! We should all abandon this village! It's cursed!"
Is it in a house now? Are they standing near a house, or
They-
is it
they-
just
they
window
are
wide open?
This person's standing in the sort of town square, but all the hubbub is further along, and as you get closer to it, you find that yes, another house has been broken into.
The MMO, or is it
Seems like the back window's been punched in, and there are 3 people in the house this time. Looks like 2 people and some sort of child. Again, have been stabbed. Single stab to the neck, all 3 of them, and all 3 of them have been sheared quite close to the bone.
I am literally turning around and telling him, no one leaves until we figure this out. It's not a curse, it's just somebody horrible going around looking for hair. So we all need to figure this out together.
They need to
You think
lock
they'd just go
down.
to a barber? Yeah, you think they'd just go to a barber and like steal a bag of rubbish?
We are going to have to shut down this village and corral everyone into one space.
Yes.
It's the only way that we can ensure that they all don't happen again.
Can I, using my wide variety of daggers, attempt to find a similar dagger that would have made these wounds?
You look at what kind of wound it makes. Roll me an awareness check.
Cool.
Eden's character sure is murder.
22.
22. Yes, you find that this is definitely a curved blade. It looks like a dagger. From what you can tell, it looks like it's maybe about, let's say, 6 to 8 inches long, and it's definitely a curved blade due to the angle of wound.
Are these
Okay.
victims also elves?
No.
Okay.
Well, one of them
I'm
is
gonna
human,
hold
one
up.
of them is elf, and the child is the sort of human-elf hybrid that you get.
Okay. Right.
I'm gonna hold up one of my similar daggers and go, stabby this!
Good. Keep a hold on that. Is there like I said do the same thing as last time. See if anything's been stolen. But
Again, this time there's even less missing than before, though the pool of blood around each body is impressive.
okay. I say we hold like a town meeting and then we try and like get everyone in town into one building. And we just kind of like try and see if someone is like super sketch.
While you're doing that, can I go around all the houses and search for a similar dagger?
You could do, yes.
We could do that.
Alright, we'll call a town meeting then in Juniper King.
Make sure that the mayor seems like he's super involved. Give him some sense of importance so that, like, you know, he doesn't create a fuss.
Just gonna create a fuss anyway.
Yeah, but like, you know, we gotta catch him off guard.
Okay. So you go and talk to the mayor and tell him what's going on. You tell your dwarf friend as well, and the dwarf is just like, right, getting everyone together will probably be a good thing. But the mayor's like, what are you doing? What is all this? People should not be free to go anywhere. They should be. You should be solving this problem, not causing problems with getting everyone in. No. I don't like this.
Cool. I am going to walk up to the mayor, put her hand on his shoulder, and gently sort of pull him back and away. And then I'm going to address the group.
Sounds like a very Jan response to this.
Is the constable around? Where is he?
Yeah, he's
Yes,
there.
constable's there. Yes.
Constable. Can we leave this village?
Okay.
Well,
Just complete deadpan. Can we leave?
I could. I'm due to send a new correspondence to the Warden Commander, so I suppose you could take that.
Anything to get us out of here. I'm starting to get frustrated with this mayor. I know he's right behind me. I just don't care.
Yeah, we're just talking about him loudly as he like is in the earshot.
Like, I'm not subtle, all right. I'm not very subtle about that sort of thing. I just sort of
Just,
say
like,
whatever.
hands behind your shoulder, like.
I also
Beg your
imagine.
pardon?
I also imagine
sorry,
that you.
Hang on. Let me say it more clear. Turn around to face you so you can hear me more clearly. You're annoying. I don't want to be here.
I also imagine.
Sorry,
I don't know what the mayor looks like, but I feel like Grem and him have like a significant height difference.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I imagine him as a sort of slight, regular height-ish man, but Graham is like, he's tall, he's 6 foot lots, and he's pretty as well.
Like, Ruth is like standing in the corner, like snickering to himself, just chuckling at Graham. But is like, we should maybe try and solve this series of murders first before we
look at the-
leave.
Murder,
yeah.
murder.
I'm just going to
People
let
are
you
awful,
talk
right?
amongst yourselves for a minute, 'cause I had to go and grab myself another drink, but I'll be back in 2 minutes. So talk
worries.
amongst yourselves, discuss what you're doing, because I won't be able to hear you because the headphones will be through here.
Okay. I mean, we could leave and abandon this village to its doom.
So I still say, like, I'm not for orphan child murder, but like, you know, that kid is super suspicious. He's working with a bunch of other kids.
I mean, we could probably like kill him and
I
dump
like how
his
you
body.
thought.
I was trying to off
We
him.
can use
was the
my
other thing.
my dagger that's really similar to the one that like all the murders.
Find
have been.
evidence on him.
Oh,
It's
oh,
like-
we could like present it as like a possible murder that's one of the actual murders. Oh,
That's sneaky.
We're going down
I
a
like
really
it.
dark path.
I do like it. I do like it.
Personally, I think it's a good idea, but
But
Graham
Ruth's
is-
not shaving him for any money. He's
Graham is
not
just
being
like-
the one.
Graham's just like, yeah, sure, whatever. Whatever makes gets
Ruth's
this
not
over
going to be
with.
the one to shave him. But I do like this idea.
I feel like this is a Grem task.
What, just take a knife and put it on someone else?
No, stab the
No.
child. Oh, put it on someone
Let's
else.
stab in the neck and scalp and beard, and then just dump the body. Then with no more mare,
Ooh.
and
Yeah.
it'll never come back to us.
Oh my god, this is getting. I mean, I'm all for it as a player. It's like- my first reaction to the orphan was burn the entire village down. Right now.
Yeah.
It's-
Yeah, he was super great. But I'm worried. I'm worried that they're like they're either possessed by a demon, and if we like attack this child, the demon's gonna come through, and that's
Which
a
is-
whole lot of
Maybe.
cake that we don't want to deal with. Cake that we don't want to deal with.
I still
What
want to
cake
ask the kid if he
you want
ate
to deal
the.
with?
Carrot cake.
Carrot cake?
I love carrot cake.
It's so good.
It's so good.
It's amazing.
This conversation's
Distraction.
taking a turn.
Yeah.
So, what are our options? Do we want to murder the child and pretend that, try and make it seem that the murderer did it,
And leave this village.
and
then
leave the village?
baseline is we want to leave the village.
Baseline is we want to leave the village.
See, I still think we should kill the mayor using that technique. Because the annoying character then be gone. And then we pin it on the child.
Oh.
Because he
I
fit
do
into
still want to
perfect
ask the
red
child if
herring.
he. I want to see the child if he ate that tuft of hair. If he just didn't keep it precious. If he ate it, then it's him. Then it's 100% him. I don't know who else is with him in this murder scenario, because usually this kid can't take out 3 people at one go. It's either a gang of like orphans running around with like, and I know he's not an orphan, but he qualifies as like
He
a.
qualifies for an orphan. So what
He'll
are we?
be a future orphan if our
Yeah.
plan goes ahead.
Yeah, I like this plan.
So we're going for the mayor then, and then planting evidence that it was the child.
Yeah?
Let's
Yeah?
search around. Let's. Oh man.
I'd like to know if my search comes up with any similar daggers first.
Okay.
And while the meeting is happening, if I can find the kid and ask him if he's can present that tuft of hair to me,
Okay.
that'd be great.
Which order would you like to do this in?
Search for stuff first.
Different stuff first. Okay. Let's see. How does
We
Juniper get
also
on?
have it narrowed down by foot size, so the cobbler has given us a list of people who are like in the same kind of range of.
The searching of the other houses comes up pretty fruitless. Though Juniper is putting full zeal into it and throwing, like, emptying boxes on the floor, throwing things around, basically trashing people's houses to try and find these daggers, and still finding
Hooligan.
nothing.
Tiny hooligan. She steals money while she's at it.
She's definitely a void cat.
She actually does steal money. The actual Juniper, she likes notes and she will run off with money. I have to live with this. If I get it to other people, it'd be a great little business venture. But as
Just leave
is,
her outside and she comes back.
oh no,
heavier
she
than before.
cries if she's outside. She won't leave the room.
Oh no.
Oh god.
Right.
So,
So,
we will,
nothing
while
turned
Juniper is destroying half the village's homes, you're at the meeting itself. The child is there. Do you want to talk to him?
Yes, I
Okay,
would.
what do you want to say?
I'm just gonna go like, so, how's it going, little man? Have you found magic yet?
It is fine. He's up again. He just seems to be looking at your hair. Goes, one day I hope I too will bristle with magic.
Do you have that little tuft of hair I gave you?
It was prepared for me.
Prepared.
Yes.
Like in what way?
In the appropriate way. He sort of gives you a very quizzical look.
Yeah, I don't know anything about the appropriate way. You wanna tell me?
It was soaked in herbs, and then I consumed it,
Great.
as is the way with magic.
He's just like literally banging his head against the wall. That's not how fucking magic works! God damn it!
And then I say, okay, so you ate the hair.
Yes. She prepared
Okay.
it for me she prepared it for me easily.
Who is she?
Suspicious lady that walked into the house.
My mother.
Have we met the
Do
wife?
we know? I
That
think
lady that walked into the house and was super sus. Like earlier on. When we were watching the house.
Have we met the mother?
You've not
I
asked to
have
meet the mother,
suggested-
so no.
I assume that. Okay, I assume that's wrong with me. But is the mother there? I wanna ask the boy if he can like point her out.
She is not here. She has duties at home.
Yeah, but like everyone's supposed to be at the meeting. You know, it's
Ruth's
dangerous
gonna
out
slip
there.
out the back door.
Okay. She is
Take
preparing
the other
a
foot.
feast for me and father.
I see. Did father also take some of the hair?
No, he does not believe in magic.
Terrible shame. Does mother believe in magic?
Of course she does. She is a wise wizard.
You just sit here, and then I'm gonna go to the captain, and I'm like, gonna go.
Is she a
All of them.
barber pulling some Sweeney Todd shit?
Ruth's
I'm ju-
already left to go to the house, by the way.
Yeah, I'm telling the captain to just basically faff about and just let these people argue for a bit. And in the meantime, I'll collect everyone, Kristen, Graham, all these other people, and I'm like, let's go. Let's say he's in the house.
Okay. So,
Right.
where are you going from now? Where are you going now?
Ruth's gone to the mayor's house.
We're following Ruth,
Okay.
and we get Juniper back after the search, so Juniper's also with us.
You
I assume I just kind of followed you and you didn't realise she was there until, you know.
That
you looked
always
behind you
happens, and then there's just like a bump on my foot, and I'm like, ah.
You just tread in a tail and hear a beep,
Yeah,
and that's it.
that would
Yeah.
upset me so much.
uh,
But yes,
That's back.
as you get nearer the house, Juniper notices a strong smell of herbs.
I'm trying to think of what she would say.
Stinky.
We're just pulling the
cinnamon.
that's again.
Ruth's gonna go around the outside and make sure all the doors and windows are shut. And if they're not shut, he's gonna shut them and make sure that they stay shut.
Okay. How are you going to make sure they stay shut?
By
two
melting the
planks of
locks
Melting the locks. Okay.
and the latches.
And the latches. Okay.
And then it's just gonna turn to them and be like, so we all are in agreement that the woman is suspect, yes?
Yes.
I've secured the house. Why don't we all just burn it to the ground?
I'd like to make sure. I want to see who does something like this for their kid.
They should get proof.
I mean,
What-
we're leaving anyway. No one will know.
That's not how that works.
Yeah. Come on, Graham, and let's just like kick the front door down and go in.
Yeah, I'm
It's
gonna.
just- yeah,
Well, again, indoor spaces. I like to use my polearm. It's my favoured weapon, but I suppose short sword and shield I have to do.
I'm pushing Tristan and Graham in front of me because I'm a squishy person.
Charge!
Alright.
Just shock and awe tactics. I'm
Yes.
going to recommend one of you goes around the back door, and
Yeah.
I'm going to shoulder charge the door. Bearing
Okay,
in mind
okay.
what happened last time I tried to shoulder charge something, I'm hoping for a new belt.
Alright. Roll. Roll your strength.
I wanted to burn the house down. It's so much easier.
You can always smell the herbs, right?
We can't always
We
get
don't
Ooh,
have a
minus, okay.
second mage to help you now, so
AJ, how rude of you.
That is 15. So
18.
it was it's -3
Yeah,
from chat.
-3.
-3 from
again?
chat.
No.
Chat, I'm not here to help.
Chat,
You
We have talked about this.
slam into the door. The door basically snaps at the hinges and then slowly just falls down and lands in front of you.
Follow the smell.
let's go.
smells stronger on the inside of the house.
You hear this the sound of pans falling over in the kitchen as someone is reacting to the loud slam of the door falling in.
Not surprised.
And then go for the kitchen. I'm just like behind them, like pushing.
Stun.
You
Stun.
run into the kitchen. You see, as soon as you walk in, you see a woman with hair down to easily her knees, sort of holding in one hand a long wooden spoon, and in the other holding a quite obvious curved dagger. And in front of her is a large cooking pot with the smell of herbs bubbling out of it.
Grem,
Already
throw
said.
Juniper at her face.
Ugh, why not?
Wait.
Yeet the cat.
Roll to
Yeah.
throw, Juniper. Or your strength.
Just trying to get Discord to do anything.
As if Juniper flies, regardless of if she flies or not, I am shouting, "Don't kill! Incapacitate!"
My laptop has crashed, sorry, not crashed, frozen. So
Okay.
if someone could roll for me.
Yep, I'll roll for you. What's your
strength +5?
cool? I'll do it for you.
Shall I a deck to add to it, or
Nope, that's fine. So you hurl Juniper across the room. Juniper becomes a small cannonball and then stretches out fully to like knock her over. It properly takes her out. Does she drop things? She sort of rolls with the weight of Juniper and then somehow still lands on her feet, but is still sort of slightly dazed.
As soon as her head pops up, Vincenzo has a little ring that has like a little ruby on it, and immediately like shoots off stun, trying
Okay.
to stun her.
All right, roll to stun. You
16.
zap her. Her arm that is holding the dagger sort of goes like sort of withered, and then she sort of drops the dagger and violently starts trying to shake her arm, which is more kind of like trying to shake a wing since her whole arm is kind of frozen.
I'm gonna try.
Dagger.
I'm gonna try and tackle her to the ground.
All right. Do you need me to roll for you again, Tom?
No, I should be okay now.
Roll for spinal injury.
Roll for spinal injury.
Hey now, I'm trying really hard not to break anyone's backs this week.
13. You barrel charge towards her. She just manages to get out of the way, and you go slamming into a set of shelves containing various sort of cooking supplies. So you're now lying amongst several cooking tools and implements.
It's only Ruth and Tristan left to grab to put her down. It's like,
Well, I don't want to fire off stun because I might hit Graham.
Ball. Fireball.
No.
I'd like to think that my scar
I'll set
tissue.
myself on fire.
I'd like to
I know this
think
too
that my
well.
scar tissue would hopefully prevent stun from working too much against me.
All right.
So just cast it anyway. Look, you can always wait for it to wear off.
I know
me.
what I'll do. I will cast chill. That's what I will do. I will cast.
Just chill, bruh.
I thought, isn't chill a touching one?
I don't know.
I think chill is a touching one, so repeat.
Oh no.
you gotta go touch it.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm gonna try and grab her feet then, and then cast chill.
Okay, roll.
There we go. +5 magic. 8.
Let's see. Does something happen? 11. You try and grab her feet. She basically manages to pull her foot away, and you cast chill. As you cast chill, your hand just freezes, like sort of out like that. So your hands are now like this, and they're casting chill as in the sort of steam's
You have to
coming
keep
off
your
them.
hands like that for the rest of the recording now.
No!
So yes, until for another couple of rounds at least, your hands are emitting a large sort of frost around them.
Again, Ruth's just gonna curse in Dalish and be very angry and loud and walk out of the room. Just walk out. Fuck this.
All right. What's Tristan doing?
Despite being inside, he's gonna try and shoot an arrow at her.
All right. Roll your dex. Your arrow shoots in. It like whap. It just grazes her shoulder and sunks into the wall behind her. At this point, she hisses and looks at all of you and goes, "You do not know what you're breathing with. I am a wizard."
Climb up her trouser leg.
And she shakes her hair, and there's obvious like her hair, as I said, is long down to her knees, and it does seem to bristle with something. It's not magic, but it bristles with something.
Okay.
I scream, okay, no incapacitation, just kill.
Okay, what, does she do anything? She swings with her dagger, and at who would be closest? Actually, let's just do it.
Did she drop the dagger? Did she pick it up?
Let me just do a d3 just to see who is actually closest, because it's probably fairer that way. So 1 is Ruth, 2 is Grem, 3 is Juniper. It's Grem. She slices the dagger across Grem, doing 8 damage. So a big slice across Grem's chest. Actually, no, he's got his armor, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's got a chest plate.
Yeah. So he does a small nick along his arm then. So he's enough to bleed, but not enough to be a serious wound.
You drew blood. Have wood.
Okay. It's back to whoever wants to go next.
I think it was Juniper.
Yep.
Clamber on or like jump onto something really high and just start throwing my cohort of daggers.
All right.
Just like
And just
Cream.
keep going
Okay.
until something connects.
Just lobbing it.
All right. Roll to get up to a high surface. So roll your dex.
Yep.
I want to say cloud of daggers, but
Okay.
3.
All right, roll me. Let's make this interesting. Roll me. Do a exclamation mark roll 12d20, and we'll see what we get.
12d20.
Okay.
That's a lot of d20s.
There's chance for positives and negatives from this.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Let's see how this
no.
goes.
Oh.
2 natural ones.
Very interesting.
120, which will hit definitely her. 2 natural ones.
Oh no.
First natural one, does it hit a member of the party? Yes. Second natural one, does it hit a member of the party? No.
Oh,
Who
thank
does
God.
it hit out of? Ruth
5 people.
Ruth and
Of course it's gonna be me.
Ruth and Graham and I can't be Juniper because Juniper's there. Ruth, Graham and Vincenzo, so another D3. It hits Graham again.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
Oh.
I need to find the thing, 1 second. There it is.
A table.
Yep. Okay.
Uh-oh.
First one. 19. I didn't make that the +5 there. 19 and 1. Right, I tell you the second one is going to be bad.
Oh,
19. Right leg. 1 loss.
What?
You
There's
sliced his leg off.
the dagger shoots through the air, finds a chink in Graham's armor and slices through his leg. Is it above or below the knee? That's the next question. Odd or even, Tom?
Even.
Okay, if it's even, it's odd. It's at the groin. So most of your leg from the groin on your right side has been severed from your body.
Great. Who did that? Who?
So as Graham
What kind
goes
of a-
down
what
in a screaming, bleeding mess.
I'm not screaming. Thank you very much.
Are you sure?
It's not my first rodeo, is all I'm saying. All right. I've had-
You've lost a leg before.
The
no, it was an arm rather than a leg.
The
But,
other-
you know.
the other two
Does-
daggers sunk into the wizard, and she falls backwards, hissing,
Yes.
blood, sort of dark blood oozing out of both of them, both wounds.
Ooh. What the fuck is she?
Corrupt.
I'm gonna scream, help, Graham.
Graham is bleeding
Bloodless.
quite badly at the moment.
Okay.
I have no hands, so
You
I
have
am
hands,
useless.
they're just stuck like this.
I can't use my
You're
hands.
permanently jazz.
On the plus side, at least when I lost my arm, it was really hard to do a tourniquet. But I have that bit of rope that I was using as a belt, so I can tie that around the stump as tightly as I can, restrict as much blood loss as I can.
We've had our first serious injury. Oh no.
What else do I have on me that I could use to staunch it?
We gave a lot of those.
Vincenzo, do you
Nothing.
not have
Nothing really.
fire?
I do not. I can sear it with lightning.
Don't
But
cause. Don't
But that
even
would be more
think
damage.
about it.
Yeah, that would be more damage, and I don't want to kill him.
Mages.
I can cast heat, but I don't know if you want me doing anything right now.
I'd rather do have a reattachment if possible. But
We can't do that, I'm afraid.
You
What?
can cool.
At-
No, you can cool the leg.
I thought
Put it on
reattachments
ice.
were possible.
It's very debatable. With the limited healing you have at this village, it's probably not possible.
We would probably need
At
like
the
a
Grey Warden. But at the Grey Warden camp.
if they have a better healer than Ruth, probably. But I don't think your leg's gonna last that long to be reattached.
Alright, fine, I'll get a
Still
head leg of
emitting
some
cold.
kind.
Because if your hands are still emitting cold, you can freeze it.
Oh,
Yeah.
yep, okay. I'll do that.
Cabbage's idea, but I'm gonna nick it.
No, that's okay. You are the rogue after all.
I shall go and cool
I steal
poor
knives,
Grem's
legs.
wounds.
IP.
You go and chill the leg and chill. Are you chilling Graham, or are you just chilling the leg?
Grem, I think, because Ruth's just going to look at their leg and go, nope.
Okay.
There's nothing I can do about that right now.
So you're trying
If you
to.
chill the leg, it'll preserve, so you can more easily reattach it.
Chill the leg. I've got a tourniquet on. I'll tell you what. I'll use my leather skull cap to try and hold some of the blood in. What? I'm a practical man. I know that death is gonna come for me sooner or later. I am quite ready for it. But
All right, I'll stick one hand on your wound, and then I'll stick the other hand on the leg, and then
on
we'll
the
get
skull
two.
cap.
We'll do both.
Two for the count of one.
There we go. Yeah.
Okay.
Just in case we can reattach your leg.
Yes, you do manage to actually chill the wound area and chill the leg.
Right, she's still spitting, isn't she?
She's still hissing. She has 2 daggers buried deep into her that are pouring blood, and she seems to be lying on the ground, meekly flailing at the rest of you, going, "You can't do this! I'm a wizard!"
Someone put her out of her misery.
I will.
No, keep her
The
alive.
boy will avenge me!
I am definitely going to aim for to knock her out.
Okay.
But, stronger than a stun, but definitely to knock her out.
Okay.
And I think I'm going to use so I can summon an orb of lightning, but I'm literally going to shove it in her face.
Okay. Do me a magic roll.
No.
You summon Bruno.
I shoved Bruno in her face.
Angry Pomeranian in her face.
Oh god.
It looks like a ball of white
She
lightning, but
panics
it's
slightly
barking.
more because of this Pomeranian now in her face.
It's hard to focus when you've got a dog trying to bite your nose.
Yes.
Hmm.
It's also I am deeply upset about the immense wound that Graham has suffered.
Cut off hair.
Cut off hair.
Ooh.
Cut off hair. Kristen, you're our last hope.
I'm going to. Can I? How far away is this demonic creature from me?
You're about 2 meters away crawling, but you are currently. I think actually it was your turn to sort of tourniquet your leg, so we'll do Tristan first. Tristan, what were you going to do?
Step a bit closer and try and fire an arrow point blank into her head.
Okay. Roll. Roll your
Tristan's
dex.
had enough. He's
Tristan's
like, fuck this shit.
Corruption has already tainted this kitchen.
Yeah,
It's
he's
still
just
not-
like, fuck this shit. Dark spawn.
Yep. You just walk up point blank, put it down, shunk straight through the skull. You hear a "Ah!" and that's about all the sound she makes, and then goes deathly still. All the sound you hear now is the sound of Grem's slightly laboured breathing and the sound of bubbling herbs.
I'm gonna go lick Grem's wound. In apology.
I'm gonna try and shake the cold out of my hands and then go and investigate the herbs that she's been brewing.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm just going to make sure that the dressing, whatever I can find, cloth or whatever to dress the wound properly, just kind of make sure it's that way. And did we chill the leg? We chilled
Yes.
the
She
Yes,
chilled the leg.
yes. I chilled
right.
both.
Bruno is currently chewing her nose off her face, but yes.
Oh, Bruno, no, put it up. It's dirty. It's just snap
the
my
pot-
fingers to make him disappear.
The pot that you find is full of some kind of local herbs. It's also full of 3 different colours of hair.
So it's clear evidence that she's murdered some people and taken their hair. Well,
Yep.
this is evidence, and we're taking this back. And Mayor is going to be like, "Your wife.
No, it can't be.
It can't be my wife. It can't be my wife. It's not
We
my wife."
keep the corpse around. Anyways, I think main focus right now should be to get Grem his leg kind of frozen properly and like bandaged up as best as we can.
If we get him back to the hall, I'll try and do what I can for his
Okay.
leg and reattach it there. But
Okay.
I will need to be. You will not. I will need complete concentration, no distractions, nothing, and I will try and do my very best.
Okay. Graham's pretty huge, so I will help Tristan as much as possible, and Juniper, keep an eye on this body, and we'll be right back. Don't touch anything, don't drink anything, don't eat anything. Just kind of like just hobble all the way back to the door and make an entrance.
Ruth's
kick
gonna
the chapel
take the
door.
pot of herbs and hair
Okay.
because he
It's
doesn't
heavy, yeah.
trust it not disappearing.
Mm.
Like, I'm going to take this with me, just
The
in
leg.
case. And the leg.
It's mine now.
Oh, I need that. I need that.
The leg back. It's like,
I'm gonna grab it.
yeah.
I'm going to try and launch myself at you, and I'm going to grab that leg.
I just have this image of Graham
shove
using his
you
own
into-
frozen leg as his weapon from now on.
Okay.
They do say a frozen leg is quite an effective weapon.
Yep.
I'm gonna wrap the
Do they?
corpse up. I'm gonna wrap the corpse up in whatever tablecloth I can find and drag it along with us.
Already did that.
We're just
Okay.
gonna take everything to the meeting and then just shock everybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyone else read the Roald Dahl book where a woman murders her husband with a haunch of lamb meat?
Yep, and then serves it to the
I
police.
have no.
Yep, to hide the
It's a
evidence.
great idea. Right. So you turn up back at the meeting. As you kick open the doors, everyone goes silent and stares at you. And your dwarf friend goes, "Oh, maybe there's maybe we got some answers. What have you found?"
They found the murderer.
They found the mother, everyone. Do you want to?
Unfortunately, it's someone you trusted.
I'll fling open the sheet and this corpse with the arrow
Corpse just
sticking out.
tumbles out, daggers and all, onto the floor, and they look at it and go, "Who's that? She's not got a nose. We can't tell who she is."
It's your mayor's wife.
I put the nose back that I got out of the nose mouth.
Not necessarily, just because it's the boy calls her mother doesn't necessarily mean it's the mayor's wife.
What's the boy's reaction? Have we traumatized
The
them
boy
beyond
just
all belief?
stares at the corpse.
And then the pot, and then I pointed
Okay.
like Ruth holding the pot.
How am I being supported here?
How does what?
You're between Tristan and me, I guess, because we like
I
had
I'm
to carry the
basically a
pot.
makeshift. I'm basically a makeshift human crutch at this point.
Okay.
I have a hard time imagining either of you could carry me even working together. But okay,
Yeah,
let's roll with
But
it.
you're helping
You
us
can
here
hop.
by hopping along.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Hopping
You
along.
can hop.
Hopping along.
I can
'cause
hop.
you've only got one leg.
I'm gonna wave my leg in the end. Said,
She
cost
chopped
us
his leg off.
this. Cost us this.
It's
What?
frozen, so it's pretty stiff, I guess.
Yeah,
Like it's,
but still. Even so, they're still not attached.
Jennifer has the guiltiest look on her face of just.
Yeah, I'm looking at you, cat.
Can we have Wraith like come in and like embalm this or something? Like it just takes.
I'm gonna go and try and reattach it and
Right,
do
okay.
the whole ritual and
You-
everything.
You guys go do that, and like the meeting, like basically we try and do it in the most organized way possible, even though people may be screaming at this point. It's like
So yeah, there's a lot of people screaming at this corpse that's just been dropped in the middle of the floor. The mayor pushes through everyone. What is this? What have you done? Why have you killed my cook?
your cook was cooking other people's hair. She is the one who murdered them all. It's because your son thinks eating hair gives him magic. For some bizarre reason.
Just looks at you. Just my magic is not real. No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Like your son knows, and I pointed Bailey and I go, What's magic, Bailey?
He just looks and goes, but father, magic is in the hair. It always has been. What is this? What have you done to my son? What nonsense have you put in his head?
Oh, we did, trust me, we did not put this nonsense into his head. I tried to get that nonsense out of his head, but no.
At this point, you see
blame your cook.
the child is kneeling in front of his mother, and the mayor is still just going, what is this? What is it? Where did this all come from? I don't know what all this is.
I'm just super upset. I'm gonna walk up to the mayor and I'm gonna grab him by his collar and shake him like a puppy and just go like, look, if you say something again after all this evidence has been piled up against you, I'm going to have to commit a citizen's arrest. And you will not look good in chains when you're in the same way that we came into this town. Do you understand?
He just seems to sort of.
If you understand, just nod.
He nods annoyedly, and when he gets down, he sort of fixes his robes and goes, I'm going to have you all thrown out of town, and just storms off back out of the door.
Suits us.
Not before I try and do this via attachment, you're not. It's going to take a lot of effort.
Yeah, so we will let the captain handle all the actual bureaucracy and just like go and like help them.
Alright. So you help the hobbling Grem back to the hall. Everyone else dissipates. You notice the boy has slowly drawn a dagger from his pocket and is cutting the hair off his mother's body.
Oh my god. Oh, child needs serious help.
For now, I don't even care
the
about
dagger?
It's like, while he's cutting, you just go in, thank you.
Yeah. He finishes, he drops the dagger, and he starts like winding the hair up, and as he's winding it up, you just walk by and go, mine. The dagger.
Yep, gotta replace the 12 I lost.
So, yes, we will take it from there next time. So we will, you all go back and you have your sort of evening in the inn, knowing that the mayor is planning on throwing you out first thing in the morning.
It's fine, we all want to leave anyway. Ruth's gonna try and do the ritual and some major healing magic to try and reattach.
They kind of know how to do.
Yeah, I'll rope Wraithen to give me
what we'll do is we'll do that the first thing next time, so Wraith can have a roll with it as well. Just remind me of that so I remember.
I'm gonna be very surprised at the start of the next episode, going like, you did what and lost what? It's like
I did say we could have burnt down the house.
True.
We could have burnt it down.
No, but evidence is evidence. It's like,
we didn't need evidence.
Alright, so on that note, does anyone have anything they wish to add before we stop?
I want to kill the mayor. No.
Want to kill the mayor?
I do foresee him not having a very lengthy future.
Some point, get some of the weird potion hair stew thing and just kind of like mix it into his food.
I'm gonna like, I've got the pot, so I'm gonna have a look at it next week, see what's all in there.
I like the fact that Kristen was the most professional of us all, because it was just like one shot, one kill. Just like in the end, while we were flailing about as interns, it just came on and yeah, done.
Tristan's like, this is how you do it.
Efficiency compared to chaos.
Yep.
Disaster.
Oh, it's good.
That was good.
So, yes, we will, as I said, call it there. Thank you very much, folks, for watching along today. We'll be back with more of this next week. As far as our other streams go, is this a everlasting week or not everlasting week?
No, it's
okay.
not everlasting week.
So there's no stream tomorrow night. There'll be a stream on Tuesday, which will be myself, Tom, and other people doing bar trauma and then some horror games. And then there'll be more on Thursday, more horror games then. Then Friday will be more, I think it's more Scrap Mechanic at the moment. And then some Phasmo. And then we're back next Sunday for even more of this. Oh, we got a raid!
Oh,
Welcome,
we
raiders!
got a raid.
Yay.
Literally, we're just winding up.
We were just winding up.
Feel bad we're just winding
yeah.
up, but thank you very much for the raid. It massively helps us.
Aww.
We are
Very sweet of you guys.
we are Penance RPG. We do homebrew RPG stuff. This one has been a homebrew one based on the Dragon Age RPG system, which is the one we're currently running. So we usually do these every Sunday. So if you'd like to try, check us out, have a watch the VOD and check us out next time. That'd be also be fantastic. But yeah, as I said, we are just winding up, sadly. But yes, does anyone have anything else they wish to add before we wind up properly?
We need to think of a name for this weird kid in the barber. It's like the creepy Dragon Age barber.
Creepy Dragon Age barber.
I have another chapter for my book, a gripping tale of like murder and intense like core.
Murder and intense core. Oh, dear.
Heresby?
Yeah, a
Heresby.
hairy time near the mountains, or something like that. Some stupid name like that. It's like,
A snip in time.
oh,
Snipping
that's a
time.
good one.
Yeah.
It's like- I like that.
Alright, well, what we will do is we will also raid out.
Okay,
Today
okay,
we will
okay.
probably just roll into Stu for now because he's still playing Elden Ring. But yes, as I said, folks, me and Mia will be back later tonight with some Cuphead. We're trying to do Dice King and I think it's the Devil's last fight. So yes, we'll be doing that tonight. So hopefully we'll see you then. Until then, folks, you all have a fantastic few days, and we'll see you next time. So the raid is queued up. You all take care.
Bye.
See you then.
Bye.
Where's the